Greetings, citizens of Lewisham. I'm here today to talk about the technology that is 5th generation telecommunications and wireless, 5G. Okay? Some of you may or may not know about this technology already. Whether or not you believe there is a link between this and the so-called COVID-19 wireless, you need to understand this is a dangerous technology. Yeah? Very, very dangerous technology. Okay? Basically, the difference between this and the 4G technology that we have, this runs using millimeter waves, okay? Microwave radiation. On a low level, sub 1 gigahertz. On a mid-level, which they intend to utilize in this country and they are utilizing now, it's up to 20 gigahertz, okay? It's faster, it's cheaper. They can up this to the maximum levels that they have in America at the moment, which is anything from 20 to 100 gigahertz. And we would never know, okay? The only way we would know is if we had an RF reader and put that up to some of this infrastructure. This is how we could find out. And the thing that's dangerous about this is that it cannot penetrate walls, it cannot travel far, so it needs receivers, tiny little receivers that are going to be put and are put already in all the light fixtures, light poles, behind the signage, everywhere you could imagine, 150 meters away from each other. Can you imagine how much we're being subjected to on top of the 4G, the 3G, the wireless that we have? We're getting subjected to 5G now. Everywhere around us, we can't get away from it, okay?
Brilliant.
The people that are affected by this, and you will notice during our house arrest, they were working at lightning speed to put this up. Disguising trees. If it's not dangerous, why are we disguising trees as these 5G masks? If it's not dangerous, why? Come on now, come on, think. Yeah? All over the schools, on top of school buildings, okay? Everywhere, on top of the shopping centres, on top of council estates. Why are they putting this up at lightning speed? What is their agenda? Why have they put this through now? Why? Why? Ask yourself these questions, okay? The people that are going to get affected by this is predominantly children, pregnant women, the elderly and the sick, right? That's what you need to understand. The very people that need protecting in our society are the ones that are going to get damaged from this technology, okay? You think the governments and the telecommunication companies rolled this out for you, so you could have faster internet speeds, so you could download your Netflix in 2 seconds on your phone? No, this wasn't for you. This wasn't for you. They didn't spend all this money for you. This is for them. And another reason that you need to be wary, they're using this for control purposes. This is their plan, yeah? This is their ultimate goal, okay? Apart from the fact this is going to make us sick, like I said to you, at the moment you've got a certain level, yeah? When they decide to turn that up to 60 gigahertz, okay, it's going to cause hypoxia. You know what hypoxia is? You know what that is? That is iron oxygen uptake into hemoglobin. It's an obstruction of it. Therefore, you will not be able to breathe properly. So all you people wearing masks now, you are going to be in trouble. Because when they turn that up, you're definitely not going to be able to breathe. You're definitely not going to be able to breathe. Okay? Okay. Apart from the health effects, okay, the control aspect. 1967, the American government, these are classified documents, they ran a project called Project Bizarre, okay? Now Project Bizarre used something called harmonic sympathy. Harmonic sympathy uses 4 different states to control human beings. Okay, this is true. You can look this all up. This is no conspiracy. This is what happened, right? To pacify, to cause anger, to cause zombify and stupidify, and to drowse, to make people drowsy. They were the 4 states they tried to put people into in this experiment. Now this was 1967. Do you really think 60 years on They don't have the technology to do this to us now. Come on, people. Come on now. Of course they do. Of course they do. And of course they're going to. The governments have already proved themselves to be evil all around the world, especially our government. Yeah, especially. So you really think they're not going to use this technology? Listen, the Public Health of England, yeah, that agreed to these limits, and the limits were 30 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. What have I just told you what they're using in America? 100 gigahertz. What are they using here? 20 gigahertz. 300 is the limit. 300 gigahertz worldwide. Are you crazy? 300 gigahertz. What are they doing to us? Seriously, what are they doing to us? 300 gigahertz, okay? The Public Health of England is in bed with all Ofcom, the Independent Commission for Non-Ionising Radio Protection, you know, protection, okay. They're all in bed with each other, they're all conflicts of interest, they're all taking money left, right and centre. Not one independent study has been done or backed by industry to tell us that this is not safe. It is not safe. There are hundreds of appeals going through about this now, right? You only need to go onto the 5G appeal to see 300 plus doctors and scientists fighting against this. You don't hear about this in the BBC though, do you? Yeah? The fact that the BBC even have to cover this and talk about the link shows you there's got to be something in it. Why are you trying to shut it down? Because you know there's something in it. You know. You know. Okay, I'm going to talk about another aspect of 5G that I didn't mention before. In 2001, the Marine Corps announced a non-lethal weaponry system that they were going to use in the military called an active denial system, okay? Now this system works on 60 gigahertz, which we've talked about already, okay? It is designed to boil the water molecules underneath your skin within 2 to 3 seconds, so you feel intense pain. By 5 seconds it's unbearable, okay? And they use this in the military now. And their intentions is to use this for crowd control now as well. Okay, so this technology, remember what I said, 2001, okay? What year are we in today? 2020. This technology, active denial system, will be used as a crowd control mechanism here. Okay, so there'll be no freedom of speech around the world. There'll be no crowds gathering, because they're going to use this technology to disperse us. Within 600 meters of being within 60 gigahertz, you're going to feel this intense pain. And the thing about this thing is that there's not going to be any marks on top of your skin. It's all underneath the skin. You won't see anything on top of your skin. So how are you going to prove this is happening? That's the worst part about it. Okay? The US military talks about weaponizing this 5G frequency, which shows me that they've been using this for a long time, okay? They've been using this technology for a long time. You're going to hear now that non-ionizing radiation is not harmful. Let me tell you, right? There have been studies from 50 years ago, okay, by the Navy, okay, the US Navy Medical Institute, on non-ionizing radiation, on top of radiation per se. Now these studies were conclusive that this was the most harmful a human body would have to go through. Yeah, non-ionizing radiation is dangerous, okay? It is dangerous. It's been proved from 50 years ago, okay? So when they're trying to tell you that there's a difference between ionizing and non-ionizing, and ionizing is dangerous and non is, no, they are all dangerous. The studies are there. They have been there for 50 years to show you that. Nobody wants to take notice of these studies. Thousands and thousands, like I've told you, thousands of studies, okay? Why is it that Switzerland has halted their 5G? They've stopped it. Switzerland, what other country? Germany, Belgium, Brussels has stopped it. Part of the Municipality of Rome has stopped it.
Glastonbury stopped it.
Glastonbury, Devon have said no. From have said no. Okay, but did you know Glastonbury 2019, they actually used that as a test bed for 5G.
They did.
And the festival goers were getting nosebleeds, headaches. Of course they're going to think it's from raving. from partying, but it wasn't. It was due to the 5G. They had Cisco in, set up 5G all over the site, and were basically frying people as a test bed at the festival. Like, you can't make these things up. Trust me, you can't make these things up. Another thing that's going to affect those satellites that Elon Musk has put up there, they're going to interfere with the weather satellites. So we know they interfere with the weather already, manipulate that, but how are we going to predict storms? How are we going to know about all of this that's going on? How are we going to know? Yeah? This 5G technology has mad implications, crazy implications. We don't even know the capabilities of this yet. We don't even know. Yeah? And yet they're bringing this out. Look at China. Look at the smart cities in China. They're using it to facial recognize people. They're not using that here, but that is the intention. Everywhere you go, anywhere you go, 5G can track you wherever you are. Okay, so if privacy is ever going to be an issue, it's going to be an issue now, trust me. Trust me, it's really going to be an issue. Okay?
But they can't stop people from dying. It also cannot look at.
Well said.
I'm not done. I'll give my answer. I'm not done.
Well done. No, but I'm saying well done still. I'm just saying well done.
Okay, if anyone wants to inform themselves, get some knowledge, understand about what's going on, make a difference to what's going on, I highly recommend that you watch a YouTube documentary called The 5G Apocalypse. Okay? There's another one called the 5G Trojan Horse that's very good. Go to the 5G Appeal.
5G Zombies. And that's on YouTube and on TV.
I've just been told 5G Zombies is another good one to watch. And saying that, actually, I don't know if anyone ever remembers, Stephen King wrote a book called The Cell. It was made into a film with Samuel L. Jackson, 2016. This harmonic sympathy that I've talked about with you. Watch The Cell. Watch The Cell. That's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. They don't put out these films for no reason, people. They do it to show you what's coming, to train you, to program you, to make you understand what's going to happen in the future. So you need to be aware of this. The Black Mirror, that's another example. The Simpsons, there you go. Constantly. Okay? Another thing is you need to understand there's a thing called the 5G Appeal. Basically, Michael Mansfield, the QC, is heading an investigation into why there have been no independent health investigations into this technology. Okay, so that's Michael Mansfield, that's big. So you can go on the website and see the 5G Appeal. Okay, on top of that, you've got a website called saveusnow.org. That's run by Mark Still, and that gives you all the templates, okay, and everything you need if you want to write letters and complain about this and make steps to try and take this down in your local areas. Okay, what can you do on your own as a person? What can you do? Well, you can revert to these phones, back to the old school, okay, which is on the 2G and the 3G networks. You don't have to have the smartphones, because this is what's going to kill you, your addiction to your smartphone, okay? Ethernet your cable. Don't have no wireless in your house. Use an Ethernet cable. Yeah, you've got children, they're being hit with 2.4 gigahertz in your house. 2.4 gigahertz is the same as a microwave. You wouldn't stand in front of a microwave, would you? So what? You got the wireless going all around your house at 2.4, and then you got your neighbour's wireless hitting you as well. Like, it's ongoing. Then you come shopping. You got wireless in the shopping centres. Do you get any respite? So change that wireless to an Ethernet cable, okay? Go to your doctors if you're having symptoms or you feel you're getting nosebleeds due to this wireless technology. You could have a receiver right near your house and not know about it. Short-term memory, so many short-term things could happen to your health. Go to your doctors, record them, get a letter, yeah, and go to your local councils with one of these template letters and tell them what's going on. They will be forced to look into it. Yeah, they'll be forced. If there's enough of you, they will take this down. Okay? They will take it down. Like I said, they did it in Switzerland, Slovenia, Netherlands. We talked about Brussels, the municipal of Rome. Yeah, it can be done. It's been done in parts of England already. It can be done. Okay, thank you for your time.
Take down